In ancient Japan, dread hung heavy as Queen Himiko, a sorceress consumed by dark magic, vowed to raze her kingdom to ashes. Her power churned like a storm, threatening to devour all in its path. With hearts pounding, the generals rose in defiance, captured the queen, and banished her to a desolate island, lost to the world. The kingdom exhaled, saved, but Himiko's shadow lingered, a whisper of menace. Centuries later, that whisper reached Lord Richard Croft. A worn map, etched with secrets, fell into his hands, pointing to Himiko's island prison. Driven by curiosity and haunted by personal loss, Richard left his young daughter, Lara, in London's safety and sailed into the unknown. 7 years have passed, and his absence is a wound that festers in Lara's heart. Now grown, Lara Croft fights to survive in London's gritty underbelly. In a dimly lit MMA ring, sweat beads on her brow as she faces a relentless opponent. The crowd's roar fades as her rival's chokehold tightens, stealing her breath. Lara thrashes, her heart racing with defiance, but the fight slips away. She taps out, her pride bruised and her body aching. Since her father vanished, she has scraped by on odd jobs, each day a battle to keep her head above water. One evening, as exhaustion weighs her down, Anna, her father's business partner, steps into her small, cluttered apartment. Her voice is soft but firm. "Lara, you don't have to live like this. Your father left you everything." The words sting. Lara wants no part of his wealth, clinging to the hope he's still out there. Anna's plea deepens the wound. Richard has been gone 7 years. "Sign the papers to declare him dead," she urges, "or his estate will be lost." Grief and defiance war in Lara's chest, the thought of letting go unbearable. That night, alone, Lara clutches a jade necklace, her mother's, a gift from Richard before he left. His words echo, "Hold this and think of someone, and they'll feel you calling." Tears well as she grips it tightly, her heart aching for her father, willing him to know she hasn't given up. Morning light finds Lara at Croft Holdings, the towering building a stark reminder of her father's legacy. She's there to sign the papers, her heart heavy with finality. But the lawyer hands her a karakuri puzzle, a piece of her father's genius. Her fingers tremble as she works its intricate clicks, each turn a pulse of hope. It opens, revealing a hidden letter and a key. The letter reads, "The first word of my final place." Understanding dawns and Lara races to her father's grave, her breath catching. She presses the letter R on the tombstone, revealing a slot. With a trembling hand, she inserts the key, and a secret door creaks open, unveiling Richard's hidden office. The air inside feels alive with his presence. Fake passports and an old video camera rest among his things. Lara's heart pounds as she plays the tape. Her father's face fills the screen, worn but resolute, his voice cracking with emotion. He speaks of her mother's death and his desperate quest to reunite with her in another realm through the Himiko Project. "Burn it all, Lara," he pleads. "If this falls into the wrong hands, the world will pay." Her fingers brush a box labeled Himiko. Curiosity overrides his warning. She reads, uncovering Himiko's exile to Yamatai and her father's plan to find the island with a captain whose name she now holds. Unable to access her father's fortune without signing the papers, Lara makes a heart-wrenching choice. She sells her mother's necklace, the one tie to her parents, to fund her journey. The loss aches as she boards a plane to Hong Kong, her resolve steeling her against the pain. In the city's chaotic streets, she searches for the captain. Thugs, sensing her vulnerability, offer help but snatch her bag. Fury surges as she chases them across bobbing boats, boots pounding the docks. She catches one, his knife glinting, but swings across a hook to escape. Then she sees it, the Endurance, the ship her father hired. Her heart leaps, but the thugs close in. Lu Ren, the ship's captain, fires a warning shot, scattering her pursuers. Drunk and unsteady, he slurs a command to leave. When he collapses, Lara splashes water on his face, urgency in her voice as she shows him her father's letter. His eyes widen. His father, also named Lu, was likely Richard's captain. Both their fathers vanished on the same trip to Yamatai. In her father's diary, Lara finds coded coordinates. Lu Ren, sobering, recognizes them as pointing to a treacherous sea. He hesitates, his own loss, a father gone and a life adrift, mirroring hers. A childhood photo with his dad softens his resolve. When Lara, sensing his gambling debts, offers money, he nods reluctantly, and they set sail, bound by shared grief. Aboard the Endurance, Lara finds an Asian puzzle among her father's belongings. Its solution reveals Himiko's tomb, sealed behind a door Richard had unlocked. Yamatai looms, a place of trials and secrets. Unseen, the Order of Trinity, a shadowy group craving mystical power, has tracked Richard's quest, their greed a threat he feared could unleash horrors. One night, a monstrous storm tears through the sea. Lara wakes, her heart pounding as waves batter the ship. She climbs to the bridge where Lu Ren fights the helm, his face etched with fear. They're near Yamatai, but the storm is relentless. "Abandon ship," he shouts. Lara races to grab her father's diary, leaving the puzzle behind. A deafening crash. The ship slams into a rock, and she plunges into the churning sea. The storm tears her from Lu Ren, leaving her alone in the dark waters. Waves carry Lara to Yamatai's shore, her body battered but alive. As she takes in the unfamiliar island, a blow to her head sends her into darkness. She wakes in a tent, wrists bound, facing Matthias Vogel. His voice is cold, claiming he's a father too, trapped until his work is done. Checking her bag, Lara's stomach drops. Matthias has her father's diary. His next words shatter her. "We caught your father. He wouldn't cooperate, so we killed him." Grief crashes over her, a tidal wave of loss, her hope crumbling. Outside, workers detonate explosives carving into the mountain. As Lara is led away, a prisoner, she spots Lu Ren, also captured, forced to toil. Matthias orders everyone to a new site. In whispered tones, Lu Ren reveals most workers are shipwrecked fishermen or victims of smugglers. Lara, her voice breaking, shares that Matthias killed her father. Soon, Lu Ren learns his own father was murdered too, their shared pain forging a quiet bond as they labor under the island's oppressive heat. Using Richard's diary, Matthias locates Himiko's tomb entrance. Lara, Lu Ren, and the workers are forced to clear the path, dust and sweat stinging their eyes. When an elderly worker collapses, a guard barks at him to stand. Lara and Lu Ren intervene, their hearts blazing with defiance, but Matthias shoots the old man dead. Rage fuels Lu Ren as he hurls a pickaxe at a guard, giving Lara a chance to flee. Bullets fly as she runs, but Lu Ren saves her, taking a shot to the arm, his pained grunt echoing in her ears. Lara scrambles up a cliff, crossing a fallen tree. Gunfire shatters her balance, and she plummets into a river. Clinging to life, she grabs the wing of a crashed plane near a waterfall. It buckles, but she leaps to the fuselage, only for it to lodge between cliffs. Finding a tattered parachute, she crashes into the jungle, a sharp branch piercing her stomach. Pain sears through her as she pulls it free, blood soaking her hands. She stumbles into a cave, collapsing in exhaustion, the island's eerie silence closing in. Strange noises jolt her awake. Investigating, she's seized by Rocket, one of Matthias's men. Fear and fury collide as she bites his arm, but he slams her down, choking her. Desperate, Lara smashes a rock into his skull and drowns him in mud. Shock grips her. She has taken a life. In the darkness, a figure moves. Her heart racing, she chases it up a cliff, then freezes. It's Richard, her father, alive. He stares, disbelieving, thinking she's a mirage. "Dad, it's me," Lara chokes out, tears streaming. They embrace, his eyes glistening with love and relief, the years of separation melting away. He tends her wounds, his hands steady but gentle, promising never to leave again. At dawn, as the workers clear the tomb's path, Lara helps Richard craft a bow, their bond a flicker of warmth in the chaos. He reveals Matthias works for Trinity, and they must stop him from reaching Himiko. When Lara admits she didn't burn his research, Richard's face pales. "If that tomb opens," he warns, his voice trembling, "the world could end." Fueled by determination, Lara grabs a bow and sneaks into Matthias's tent to steal his satellite phone. She narrowly escapes as he returns, learning his boss is coming. Matthias still needs the tomb's codes. Spotting Lu Ren, who has killed a guard and rallied the workers to arm themselves, Lara feels a surge of hope. She grabs the phone but sees Richard heading to the tomb. Matthias captures him, torturing him for answers. Richard warns that opening the tomb will doom humanity, but Matthias orders a guard to shoot. Lara kills the guard, her heart pounding, and aims at Matthias, who holds a gun to Richard's head. Matthias knows Lara doubts the world-ending threat. He demands she convince Richard to open the tomb to save him. Torn, Lara recalls the Karakuri puzzle. With steady hands, she turns the entrance's wheels, and the door collapses. As they step inside, a gust of wind, which Richard calls Himiko's breath, sweeps through, chilling their bones. Matthias scoffs. Lara triggers a trap, and a spear kills a guard. They cross a bone-filled chasm via a ladder, the air thick with death. Another trap seals them inside as the floor crumbles. Lara spots a guard outside, peering through a keyhole. Using wall-mounted wheels, she tries to unlock the door. The floor collapses, but she clings to the edge. Recalling the puzzle, she combines yellow and red wheels to form green, opening the door with a flash of light. They find shattered tombs of Himiko's handmaidens, loyal even in death, as Richard's diary described. Fear creeps into Lara. Could the curse be real? At Himiko's tomb, Richard begs Matthias not to open it, his voice desperate. The sarcophagus is pried open, revealing Himiko's body. Her eyes snap open, flesh decaying. Lara recalls the puzzle's clue. To reclaim life, Himiko must die. She realizes Himiko's touch brings death. She stops the guards, explaining Himiko sealed herself to contain a deadly virus, not to curse the world. A guard touches Himiko, and his flesh rots, his screams piercing the air. Panicked, he shoots another guard, and Matthias kills him. Still, Matthias plans to take Himiko's finger to his boss. Lara attacks a guard with an axe, and Richard shoots Matthias's leg. As Lara flees, an infected guard pursues. Matthias tells Richard to go home, but Richard refuses to let the virus escape. The guard infects Richard with a touch. He bandages his arm, slowing the virus, his face etched with resolve. Lara hides in a handmaiden's tomb, but a bone snaps, alerting the guard. The tomb collapses, dropping them into another chamber. Lara triggers spikes that kill the guard, their sharp edges glinting in the dim light. Back at Himiko's tomb, Richard, now infected, tells her to stay back. He orders her to stop Matthias while he burns the tomb. Lara, desperate to save him, refuses, but Richard, at peace, says seeing her again is enough. Tears fall as she grabs weapons and bids him farewell, her heart breaking. Matthias crosses the bone chasm, his eyes wild with greed. Lara leaps across, kicking him back. They fight, and he chokes her, but she knocks him down. She topples the ladder, trapping him. Matthias swings an axe, pinning her, but Richard's explosion distracts him. Lara shoves Himiko's infected finger into Matthias's mouth, infecting him. She pushes him into the chasm as the area collapses. Climbing the walls, Lara escapes with Lu Ren's help, his outstretched hand a lifeline in the chaos. They spot Trinity's helicopters and threaten the pilots to fly them home. Back in London, Lara signs the papers, her heart heavy, declaring Richard dead. She inherits Croft Holdings, but when Anna urges her to run it, Lara refuses, her voice firm. The business means nothing to her. In a quiet moment, she buys back her mother's necklace, holds it tightly, and feels her parents' presence, a bittersweet comfort that anchors her. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more.